We were warned that this was coming, and it's here. Some of us are getting replays of some of the havoc that's happened on the roads. In Kansas City, especially getting hard with an ice storm.
Pile of snow. We have temperatures. You can see right around actual temperatures, 6 degrees. The wind chill this morning around -4. And Joe, you're from the Midwest.
And we're not out of the woods yet. We got another system percolating. We got meteorologists forecasting the next one, and some areas are going to get pounded twice. A lot of important information that affects you, along with something that you should have. Coming right up. My name is Cohen here at Riverside Homestead, and if you're brand new here, welcome. If you guys are into prepping tips, emergency preparedness, and most of all, news and awareness, stuff that you want to know about, be sure to hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date. Let's jump into this one. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that a lot of people are experiencing. This morning, 62 million people are under winter alerts stretching from Illinois to southern New Jersey and the Central Plains. 15 inches of snow could fall, the highest in a decade or more, with roads becoming impassable. We're talking about eastern seaboard cities, including Washington, D.C., could get 6 to 12 inches of snow, making things tough for commuters, with 2 to 4 inches expected across parts of Ohio Valley and the Central Appalachians. Ice and freezing rain will develop over Ohio and to the mid-Atlantic, ending hopefully by tonight. But it's not over yet, and we're experiencing dangerous travel conditions all over the place. Numerous states declaring emergency. Around 300,000 people without power in these cold conditions.
Major storm of 2025 slamming millions of Americans across the country from the Central Plains to the East Coast. Snow falling down overnight in Virginia. The D.C. metro area expecting to see anywhere from 5 to 10 inches of snow. In Missouri, near blizzard conditions making roads treacherous. Police say more than 1,000 drivers were stranded Sunday due to weather-related crashes. At least one person was killed. On I-470, a massive pileup. Trucks jackknifed, blocking traffic. In Kansas City, a woman recorded this semi-truck sliding across multiple lanes of traffic, then jackknifing on a highway.
Oh my gosh.
Meanwhile in Ohio, Cincinnati slammed by record snowfall, stranding vehicles for more than 7 hours after a cluster of semis got stuck in the snow. And in Kansas, officials advising against non-emergency travel and urging residents to stay home. Trooper Ben Gardner showing how easy it is to slide on the roads.
You ready for this? That's what we're dealing with.
We've been dealing with snow-packed roads that sits on top of the ice, and there's a lot of drifting that's occurred, still causing slide-offs and wrecks.
The storm creating havoc along Kentucky's highways, snow-covered roads causing accidents like this one along I-64. And officials have declared their highest level snow emergency for some counties here in Ohio. People being urged to stay off the roads, only travel if it is absolutely necessary. So we have this bitter cold, more snow along the way. We are not in the clear yet. Robin, just a really good day to stay indoors.
Winter storms can get crazy and very life-threatening. And that's why when I came across this little guy, I figured our community and most everybody in this whole country could use having this at home and this in the car. What this is a Sierra Madre emergency sleeping bag. It will protect your life from exposure to the elements in an emergency situation. The way it does that is with NASA developed material. It reflects 95% of your body heat back to you. We're talking this thing is windproof, waterproof, and it's even stretchy. And the best thing is you can use it to stay safe during these times when you're exposed to brutal wind, extreme cold, heavy rain, and even extreme heat. This thing weighs ounces, and I would say is almost half the size of a pop can. Now, before I get to this next storm that's headed our way, I gotta tell you guys about that. I think everyone should have one of these in their car, at home, because when it comes to those power outages or these reports of pileups and people stranded on highways in a snowstorm in sub-freezing temperatures. Maybe you got an fender bender. Maybe you're the best driver in the world. Somebody hit you. Your car ain't running. That means your heat's not running. This guy right here could save your life. And I happened to miraculously run into this guy who's in charge of developing, making these small business owner, not wrapped up in the big old monopoly of things of big box. And he's just like us, emergency preparedness type dude, a guy that fits right into our community. And since we're buddies, he gave us a screaming deal for our community only. And with them being that inexpensive, I think you guys should pick one up for your car, your home, your friends. Perfect gift. People don't think about having this in their car. I'll put a link down the top of the description and the pinned comment if you guys would like to check that out. Because the last thing you want is to be in that type of situation and knocking on the door of freezing. And I'm not sure you guys have heard, I think 1,300 flights have been canceled, over 8,500 delays. Check this out.
Airlines now faced with their first big test of 2025. More than 1,300 flights already canceled for today. Travel waivers are up so people can make changes. And where it isn't snowing, like here in Chicago, you have sub-freezing temperatures. That'll be the challenge here today.
Snow, ice, frigid temperatures, and blizzard conditions wreaked havoc on the roads across the Midwest, just as millions were trying to make their way home at the end of the long New Year's Day holiday weekend.
Man, it's ugly out here, real ugly.
In Kansas City, Missouri, icy roads forced stranded drivers to abandon their cars and trucks. The treacherous conditions sent big rigs jackknifing, and a Kentucky state trooper was hurt after his patrol car was slammed into during the storm. From the air, a blanket of white approaching Louisville, Kentucky, while on the ground, flights were largely halted. The storm delayed over 8,500 flights and canceled more than 1,800 others, mostly to and from the Midwest. With states of emergency stretching from Kansas to Virginia, the race was on to get out before the storm hit Washington's Reagan National Airport.
The weather challenges come as the TSA has ramped up airport security nationwide following the violent incidents last week and the upcoming presidential inauguration. Certain flights may see secondary screening from TSA officers at the gates, may also find air marshals on flights, particularly those going into the D.C. area leading up to the inauguration.
And like I said, the crazy thing is this ain't the last system. There's another one cooking up that's gonna follow the tail of this one. And some areas are gonna get hit again. I'm sure half of you guys out there have listened or seen Ryan Hall Y'all. He's a meteorologist that I follow and has pretty good information when it comes to weather and predictions. And what I'm learning is there's another system which is going to definitely or probably most likely put a big system right over that corner of Texas right there. So what he's saying is this thing's gonna come sweeping right down through the center, down towards Texas, and most likely for sure, right? There's going to be a big system that's going to probably bring snow and all that kind of stuff right over that side of Texas. And with all of his models and the way that pressure is going to come down, it's likely to get pushed right back over the same areas. Where normally it would do a counterclockwise and circulate, at this point, with the data he's got, he thinks it's going to push straight out over towards the Atlantic. And that whole east side again could get pounded again. The big takeaway here is to be aware, be prepared. This is definitely not a time to get out there on the roads. These are the times to take advantage of being prepared and prepped up, having what you need, hunkering down at home, and then hoping that the power doesn't go out. Having an emergency heaters, having emergency sleeping bags like this, emergency light can definitely make or break a situation. Please share this information out. Let me know down in the comments what it's looking like in your parts. A lot of folks in this community share and read the comments. Again, if you want to look for this smoking deal, look at the top of the description or the pinned comment. Stay safe out there. Keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you guys on the next one.